touring Doha across, and as well as in the far off destinations in Lusail and other venues that will give Qatar an international mileage in the long run with the FIFA 2022 World Cup. Today we are going to the Lusail shooting range, one of the international venues, and which has hosted several top competitions. And with me is my colleague Armstrong Vaz. He's taking us. Today is on the rider's seat, and we will take you to the Lusail shooting range, from where we are going to give you a brief profile of the venue, and keep watching. Beautiful track on the Corniche Street, which will lead us to the Lusail Expressway. And as you know, the Lusail is also one of the destination for FIFA World Cup 2022. In fact, the Lusail city has been developed primarily to host the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup fans, and it has been the latest development in Qatar's history, a very recent development, 2-3 years development, and it is going to give a clear picture, a nice picture of Doha and proper Doha's twin city. We would call it a twin city of Doha and Lusail. As you see, the Corniche Street, one of the landmark of Qatar. It's beautifully lined up palm trees. The Sheraton Hotel, one of the oldest and the first 5-star hotels in Doha. And the buildings around, these are ahead of us is the QTEL Tower, the Qatar Telecom Tower, and this is called Sheraton Junction. And several important government offices are here, and it's one of the prime and very important location in Doha. Look at the skyscrapers of Doha city, beautifully laid out plan. 2022 Qatar World Cup host, and we are approaching the Qatar Stock Exchange building, as you see on my right. Ahead of us are some of the new buildings that have come up. On my left is the city center, one of the oldest and the most popular shopping malls in Doha. Look at the giant structure. It shows the supreme authority of Qatar as one of the major country in the Gulf region in the Arab world. And Qatar is a very tiny state, and the recent development started way back in 1995 when Qatar. Today, millions of workers from abroad choose Qatar as their job destination. In fact, Qatar has a very strategic geopolitical place in this region, and they are one of the countries, very few Arab countries, who really worked hard to maintain the peace and stability in the region. And all thanks to the very robust and very young Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. We are on the Lusail Highway, almost approaching. It's a nice architectural design that was done a couple of years back, which leads to it's a flyover shortcut route, I mean, to avoid the congestion and the traffic, which connects you to the Pearl Qatar. We are taking the University Road that will join Lusail. We are on the Lusail Highway. The speed, as you can see, is 120 km/h, and we are approaching the Lusail Sports Complex. It is a town plan, a township that has been planned exclusively for the 2020 World Cup. On my right, you can see the Qatar Golf Club, Doha Golf Club rather, and Qatar Golf Association office is also located here. See those towers, see those buildings, these are all newly developed in the last 2-3 years. Four-lane expressway, better traffic control, no congestion, speed 120. You can roll your car, but maintain your speed. If you overspeed, the fine is hefty. How long you are here in Doha?
I have been here for 14 years. So close to the Lusail shooting range is also the Lusail Motorsport track where the MotoGP takes place. And in 2021, the same track will hold the opening race. And for the last 14 years, it has been hosting the season opening race. And it is the only MotoGP race of the MotoGP calendar which has been held under the lights. This year, on account of the coronavirus, take place. So a lot of motorsports fans will be waiting for the situation to improve, and hopefully in March they will see the MotoGP stars in action at the Lusail MotoGP track.
So in fact, Armstrong is a veteran in Doha. I have spent a time of more than 8 years and covering a range of international sports. We have covered both together, and that includes some of the top football events as well as some of the major international Olympic sports. So Qatar has changed, Doha has changed for better, and changed to accommodate the international audience. And 2030, another major project that Qatar has undertaken to host the Asian Games. And as the report suggests that Qatar is well ahead of its bidders, the simple fact is that Qatar need not be creating any new venues or new stadiums, and that because everything is in place, because Qatar already hosted 2006 Asian Games. So Qatar actually in this Arab region, in the Middle East region, one of the finest sporting destinations, and perhaps it has overtaken Dubai, the closest city in the United Arab Emirates. Doha is just a half an hour flight from here. Dubai used to hold a significant place in the Middle East, in the Gulf region, but the last 15 years has seen a drastic change in the Qatar history in the Arab Peninsula, because that was the vision of the father Emir Sheikh Hamad Al Thani, who wanted to make Qatar as a sporting destination, and several projects came up. The most important was the laying the foundation of Sheikh Jassim, under the Sheikh Jassim chairmanship, the Aspire Academy. And as you know, Aspire Academy in Doha has produced a lot of star athletes, and it has catered to or rather promoted the local sportsperson. Motaz is one of the bright students who came up, and now is an internationally acclaimed athlete.
Then there is a Scottish player, Abdullah Tamimi. He is also a product of the Aspire Academy, and his ranking is somewhere floating in between the 2030 PSA ranking. So I think he is now 23 or 24, the current ranking, if I'm correct. So he is also one of the bright stars shining on the Scotch circuit on the PSA World Tour, and he has a target to reach the top 10 next year.
Adding to it, the current football team of Qatar, most of these guys, they were the junior players. They started their career in Aspire Academy. They were the underage students. So the fulcrum of the national team, which is coached by Felix Sanchez. Even Felix Sanchez started his career in Qatar. He came from Spain as a junior coach, and under him, these boys were actually the students of Aspire Academy. So the Aspire Academy's role in transforming Qatar into a big sporting nation, into a big the psychology that was played in transforming Qatar into a sports-loving people, and the Qataris, this Aspire Academy made all the difference in the last 15 years. And I guess Armstrong can add a few more on the Aspire Academy's contribution.
Yeah, Spain. Most of the coaches are coming from Spain. So if you say Spain is known for the tiki-taka football, so the continuity, the young players that learn their football from a Spanish coach up till the top is the Spanish coach. So if done some of the Spanish brand of football from your grassroots coach, and there should not be major changes in the style of football play. So you are used to how the tiki-taka play functions, and so all the coaches most of the coaches are the Spanish. So the system followed and the style of play, players don't have to adjust much to change from one system of play or one style of football play to another. So it helps in things for these young kids.
So this handball stadium, this was done to host the 2015 World Championship, Handball World Championship, where Qatar finished second, and it was one of the beautiful structure. Now we are entering into the by lane of the Lusail circuit, which also hosts, we must add this, which also hosts the MotoGP, the annual motorbike competition, and Doha is one of the stopover for this Grand Championship. And we must add that next year, the March 2021, the MotoGP competition, the calendar will start with the event in Doha. So we are almost near to the Lusail Sports Complex and Lusail International Circuit. The Lusail Sports Complex, and which houses the which houses the handball, one of the stadiums also, and the QMF office is also here, Qatar Motor Federation office, and there is a lot of interest among the local Qataris when it comes to the speed and thrill of motorbikes. And there are certain clubs, local clubs, that organizes small events, one-off events, and this is a new kind of venture for the Qatar sports authorities. Like, they want to promote each and every sport with their diligence and with the passion, and that is like really unmatched seen in this Arab peninsula and among the Middle East countries. Qatar has taken up, or Qatar has to be very honest about it, Qatar has involved or indulged in most of the sports, in the Olympic sports, including, other than that, the Indian expats' interest in cricket and hockey, that also has been, Qatar also has been participating in a lot of the Asian level competitions in cricket and hockey. So it's not that just Qatar is focusing on FIFA 2022 World Cup. It is also giving, plenty of opportunities to the other sports persons as well. Come to think of the other aspect of the sport, there is like, Qatar is perhaps one of the few Muslim nations that gives that promotes women's sports, and Qatar Sports Committee, or the Women's Sports Committee, is entrusted with the responsibility to promote the women's sport in the country. And there's an ongoing Qatar Basketball League that is being held at the Qatar Sports Committee Hall with local women basketball teams. And so finally, we are approaching the Qatar shooting range.